Well, here we are, everybody, returning back to Monsta X Monday. I know, I meant to do it during 1 Week Club. That was a whole week of a lot of problems behind the scenes that I don't really want to divulge in, and everything's fine, but it's tricky sometimes. So, anyway, we are returning back to Monsta X Monday. And we are starting off with, of course, we are tackling right now the Time Traveler story. I actually went back through and rewatched the stuff that we had already covered just to kind of get a quick refresher. And so now we are moving on to Monsta X, the Connect World Tour 2018 DVD. This is how we start it. Whoa.
우리는 누군가의 형이었고 동생이었고 친구였다.
각자가 또 우리 모두가 하나의 얽혀버린 운명의 실타래 속에 갇혀있다.
그리고 지금 엉켜버린 운명 속에서 다시 만날 수 없는 너를 기다린다.
What?
같이 가.
우리는 반복되는 운명도 깨닫지 못하고 서로를 잊어버린 채 끝없이 헤매고 또 헤맸다.
Huh. Really?
우리는 이 운명에서 벗어날 수 있을까? 우리는 다시 만날 수 있을까? 나는 누군가의 형이었고 동생이었고 친구였다. 때로는 고독하기도 했지만 그 길의 끝에 네가 있었기에 행복할 수 있었다.
Wow. G-Shock. Good watch.
시간이라는 거대한 소용돌이. 그 안에서 끝없이 돌고 돌아 모든 것이 처음이 되었을 때 언젠가 우리는 다시 이어진다.
얼굴도 성격도 모두 다르지만 너희가 어디에 있어도 우리는 만날 수 있어. 우리가 지금 여기 함께 있는 것처럼.
Okay. I'm not gonna actually make any commentary about what I've seen quite yet. I actually want to see what's next on the timeline and see if there's some sort of connections. There's some stuff that I want to talk about, but not quite yet. Okay, here we are. Shootout.
Excuse me, I'm walking like zombie. 반쯤은 두고 미치고 팔짝 뛰어 jumping. 길이길이 기억해 손 모양 총 모양 블락아 블락아. 또리또리 되어버린 난 너의 I'm chopper chopper. Blow 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 keep blow blow you blow blow stop talking. 떠나버린 감정은 터트려 주저없이다 pop pop pop. Never gonna stop this 너 망설임 없이 go. 찾고 있던 끈도 이제 누게 난 draw. 반쯤 넉나간 채로 무거운 다리를 끌며 걸어. 헤매는 어딘가.
I love that still.
찾아가 누군가. 네가 없는 황혼에서 새벽 발목을 움켜잡은 이건 이별. 어둠 속에 위태롭게 휘청이고 있어. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 강하게 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 어차피 다 끝났다면 네 맘이 떠났다면 희망도 남김없이 버려. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 언젠가
Okay, I'm starting to notice something.
너를 보낸 그 후로 내 눈은 멀쩡한 곳이 없어. 대처는 어딘가 그래도 너니까 네가 없는 황혼에서 새벽 발목을 움켜잡은 이건 이별. 어둠 속에 위태롭게 휘청이고 있어. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 강하게 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 어차피 다 끝났다면 네 맘이 떠났다면 희망도 남김없이 버려. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out. 언젠가 농담이 그게 더 잔인하게 들려. 어서 더 차갑게 Fire. 지금 네 입으로 끝이라는 말을 있어줘 이런 지옥 같은 희망을 끝내줘 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out 공평하게 shoot out shoot out shoot out 어차피 다 끝났다면 네 맘이 떠났다면 희망도 남김없이 버려 날 위해 shoot out shoot out shoot out 방에 shoot out shoot out shoot out 언젠간 온다니 그게 더 잔인하게 들려 어서 더 차갑게
Okay. Very good. So, a couple of things that stuck out to me. Now that I'm kind of like looking for signs and other things, one thing that kind of has been the through point for me in terms of the story is like timelines, right? So, I'm going to try and pronounce this. I've gotten some help with some names in the past, so I'm going to apply what I know or have been taught. Hopefully this makes sense. Hyungon. Correct me, please. He is kind of like the main piece, right? Hyungon. And I think the interesting thing is this This one? Okay, actually, I have an idea. Okay. This is already twisting my brain up. This right here is one of two things. I think this is a completely different one from what we saw in the first episode that we did. This is also a different one from the blonde one that we see. Okay. This is where I go out on my furthest limb yet. This is kind of like the final boss. This is at the end. We're seeing how the conclusion unfolds. And I'm guessing that means that they have to make a correction so this version doesn't win. That's what I'm going with right now. The other thing that I thought was kind of interesting is the same place as this location. This is the same place as this location. Obviously, because it's either in a different part of time or a different timeline in entirety here, this is still like, it's almost like this is the main hub. And what goes on here is kind of like where it spreads out into the other timelines. The other thing I thought interesting is that, because you can see some stuff that belongs to the other apartment, right? And if you look up here, there's also even the gun. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to check out the next part, the last part, and then we're going to put it all together. Okay. Here we go. I'm already catching something.
나에게 한번 작정하면 절대 놓지 않아 Aligator 둘이를 버티기는 달려가지 숨을 차도 채우가 하네 나조차도 주지가 않네 I can put it in my vagina Falling down 우리 복잡한 감정 속에 점점 빠져 빙굴게 될 테니까 날 나의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨 너는 날 너의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨
This is actually a really cool video. Ah.
날 알아봐라 이게 나라 처음은 아마 우리나라 바람 따라 왔다 갔다 하지 않아 그게 나라 하고란 존재란 고요한 강렬한 시간에 너를 떠나갈 준비가 났어 날 나의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨 날 너의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨 모든 게 다 물속에 잠긴 것처럼 헤어날 수 없이 벌써 빠져버린 느낌 날 나의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨 날 너의 맵으로 나 끌어당겨 이 모든 게 내 뜻대로 다 이루어져 작정하면 절대 놓지 않아 Alligator Oh yeah Alligator Alligator Baby 네 몸과 너 나에게만 Alligator Alligator Yeah yeah Alligator Oh Alligator Baby 네 몸과 너 나에게만 Alligator
Okay. Two things that really struck me this time. First and foremost, I think that this is definitely two timelines merging right here. The thing that I find interesting that I feel like that they were purposely trying not to do is make one seem evil and the other seem good. Now, the reason why I feel like that is because I don't think that that's the intended story. And I think the one interesting thing that we got here is, again, we're in that same room, first and foremost. The other thing that I find really interesting about this is we see a particular deck of cards right here at the very beginning. We see the tarot cards come back in other ways. So that's why there's two things that kind of strike me here. One, this is like destiny. This part of the timeline was supposed to converge. The thing that I find interesting about this is that I think that one set of the members represents the tarot cards that they pulled. Wrath, envy. And even here at the very beginning, it actually even kind of lays out like this. I think that this is what they're supposed to be doing. Wrath, sloth, greed, agony, loneliness, envy. This is all what the overall convergence is here. And I think that this would make you feel like that this is a swerve to make you feel like that one is good, one is evil. But I'm not buying that, actually. I think if I was to actually kind of think what is going on at this point, the watch was broken. The watch was remade. The thing is, this is kind of just like me kind of spinning off into my own territory. The watch was delivered by another one of the members' timeline. Hyungwon. He knew that watch got broken, that timeline. Made another one and gave it to that timeline's version of Hyungwon. Now, I think what is the most important part is the one that I'm referring to right now as the king, the one that ends up surviving. This one right here is the one I believe delivered the watch. Now, this is why I don't say that any one in particular is evil. He knows what the ending is. What he needs to do is to make sure it all gets back to where it needs to end. And I know that I feel like that upon saying that, there's a kind of a logical hole here. The logical hole is, for me personally, well, we know the music, is it called From You? The one that's like the prequel. Now, I haven't gone back and rewatched that because I was doing this on how it was released and kind of like connected. So I wanted to do that one kind of like at the tail end kind of thing, right? So without having kind of excluding that, the hole in the logic is that obviously from what we do know from that other music video is this is all in an effort to save lives. Now, I think what ends up happening is that some things in the timeline that is, I would say, I'm kind of using Marvel terms. That's kind of how it's feeling to me. In this particular timeline on Earth 616 kind of deal, that's like the main timeline. With all the splinters that have come out of the time travel, without that being changed, that reality will end. So with that being said, this is all an orchestration by this one right here. This Hyungwoo is purposely trying to re-establish and heal the main, as they call it in the new Deadpool movie, the sacred timeline, the main timeline that holds everything together. The others, I think, don't know what's happening. They don't know what the end game is. So they are trying to stop it with what they know. And I am even going out here on a bit of a limb to say that the people that are trying to stop the time traveling might have actually come from him in an effort to stop any more rogue timelines or versions of the group causing new incidences in which they cannot go back from. So this is an effort to make sure that the best ending possible happens, has an opportunity, and does not get interrupted. Oh, this blew my mind. Honestly, coming back to this music has been so much fun. I love this. I hope that you're all okay with listening to this song and listening to me to rant about this. Oh, I just watched Deadpool, so maybe that's helping me look for Easter eggs. But let me know. Of course, I'm trying to put this all together. I'm trying not to get spoiled, but I am curious from what you can tell me how accurate I am. I am kind of curious about that. Then next Monday, we will do the next episode, and Monsta X Monday is back. I apologize that I didn't get it to you last week. That was, like I said, a crazy time. Anyway, this is my assumption of what the timeline is. So this is the plot point, right? The first is the setup. This is the major exposition. And I'm assuming here we'll probably start seeing the ties tie together at the end. So anyway, let me know what y'all think, and we'll discuss anything that we can in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.